Okay. Welcome everybody to January's Business Boot Camp. We're changing our formats a little bit. We're doing this twice a month now, and we're alternating with our cook-alongs, which we did last week, which was so fun, so much fun. I absolutely loved it, and it reinvigorated me for doing like live parties on Zoom, and I'm just so excited about it. And then we're also going to be doing a booking blitz worked in there each month. So we're going to be doing 2 trainings a month, and I decided to go with a January Jumpstart because those who know me and have been on my team know that I love January. I think it reinvigorates my business every single year, and I try to take full advantage of all of the gifts that Pampered Chef gives us in January, including the host special, including the recruiting special, because they do that most years too, including the brownie bite pan when they had that. People's love for eating healthier, people's love for eating at home and saving some money. So all of that put together is just a fantastic month to just jump back into your business like hardcore. And the work that you put in this month is going to pay off 30, 60, 90 days from now, right? So as we're getting into the new selling season in March, right now, what you do is going to affect the trajectory of your business for the entire year. So when we're talking about starting the new year, I mean, we all talk about resolutions. I'm not a big resolution kind of person, but I am somebody who likes to take, and I didn't realize this was a thing, but for the past few years, I've taken a word or an idea and really tried to focus in on that word or idea for the entire year. So a couple years ago, it was like the idea of putting your own oxygen mask on first. You know, it was right after my car accident. I had just joined Pampered Chef, and like self-care would be a good word for that. A couple years ago, it was move. I felt like I just had to move and stop talking and move. And then last year it was drive, and I actually wound up changing my team name from Heather's Hot Shots to Team Drive because I felt so passionate about the idea of being in the driver's seat of your business, of your life, and not being in the passenger seat. So this year I'm still working on my word, but I wanted to throw the idea of this out to you because we talk about writing down your why, knowing your why you're doing this business. But I feel like even more than that, that can seem somewhat overwhelming to decide on what your why is. And so I wanted to bring that idea of the word of the year to you. So what I'd like to do, and take a few minutes to do this exercise, I'm going to read through a list of a lot of words. Okay, this is a lot of words, but these are ideas to get you thinking about what is hitting you. Like, I want you to close your eyes and really listen to the words that I'm going to give you. And if one jumps out at you, open your eyes and then jot it down and then keep listening. So what I'm doing is I'm making a list of words and I'm going to be picking from them what's really going to be my focus for this year. Okay. So number one, I'm just going to read through them. So, listen closely. I thought about putting it up on the screen, but I decided to just go ahead and read them. And that way, if one just jumps out to you, and I can send you this list later, but I wanted you to be able to listen and get that kind of emotional response to it. Okay. All right, here we go. Focus, grow, organize, simplify, bloom, brave, inspire, thrive, gratitude, consistency, balance, be. In other words, like to just be. Worth, elevate, today, less, mindful, considerate, calm, positivity, respect, appreciate, enlighten, intentional, flow, family, slow, possibility, persevere, love, reflect, light, heart, passion, joy, unlimited, kindness, play, thoughtful, deliberate, trust, conscious, increase, breathe, commit, seek, pause, forward, change, listen, free, build, flourish, move, renew, progress, explore, finish. We're about halfway through. Hope.
Oh, wow.
I know I didn't want to miss, like, skip along because something might really hit somebody, and I am skipping I'll skip a few. Hope, fearless, grace, truth, belong, strive, enough, strength, encourage, connect, priority, faith, lead, celebrate, believe, transform, expand, action, ambition, purpose, teach, shine, dream, imagine, courage, lead. Oh, I said lead. I'm sorry. Relax, pray. I like this one. Sparkle, whole, journey, discipline, contribute, laugh, delight, patience, cultivate, stillness, serenity, give, comfort, rise, glow, observe, and soul. I did skip a few. So as we're going through, I'd like you to look at those words that you wrote down. If you'd like to share any in the comments in the chat, go ahead and do that. So I wanted to, a few of my words were going to be that I'm thinking about just from this list were focus, whole, discipline, delight, and I love the word rise. And those are just some of them. Now, taking that list, it's one thing to have specific goals. And it's another thing to just have a focus for the year. So everything that you do, I want you to write, go through that list, figure out which word really resonates with you. Think about it, pray about it, and just take a word, find your word, and share it, maybe in Sheila's group later on, what your word is going to be for the year. And then post that somewhere. Post it somewhere where you can see it, where you do your work, on the fridge or on your mirror, and see it. And that way you can every day have that sort of focus in your brain. We also want to consider your why. Why did you join? I would love for you to share in the comments your why. Some prompts if you're a little bit overwhelmed with the idea of coming up with your why. Why did you join? But also, why did you stay? Why are you still here? What motivates you? Are you looking for sales? Are you looking for, the sales promotion? Are you looking for some of that competitiveness, trying to be like the top every month? Are you looking for new products? Are you looking to reach people? Are you looking for that human interaction? Are you looking to pay down your debt? Is it something real? So write down your why as you're thinking about it. If you need to think about it some more, and we'll look at some of it in the chat after a little bit. After you have your why, it's important to think about your goals, how your why is going to tie into your goals. And remember, goals, we talk about, and we've heard this probably over and over again, your SMART goals. Your goals for the year should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and have some kind of time based on time. So for here as an example, I will earn the trip to La Quinta, California in 2022. I will hold 4 parties every month. I will earn $500 a month, and so have this many parties a month. I will grow my team and become a director by May 31st. Once you have your goals, what do you want out of this business? What do you want? Because if you don't write that down and you're trying to go all in on your business, you're trying to grow your business, what are you growing it toward? What are you trying to move toward? It's so important to know what your goal is so that you can reach it, and then don't stop until you get there. So break that goal down. Okay, I want to make $500 a month. Okay, how many parties will that be? I say about $100 per party, so that'd be 5 parties a month. But you know what? You're going to book 6, 7, or 8 because you want to build in some extras. Is it the trip? Break that down month by month. How many points do you need? Well, okay, if I recruit this many people per month, or if I recruit one person a month, if I recruit one person every other month and they qualify, and I get trip points for those new recruits and those new qualified recruits, how many people will I need? Or if I recruit that many, then how many dollars in sales do I need? How many parties do I need? If that's your goal, if you know going into January what your goal is, then it makes it that much easier to say, okay, this is what I have to do to get there. It allows you to create a roadmap to reach your goal. Not only that, you can take that one step further and say, okay, I want 8 parties a month because I want to hold 6 parties a month. And I want to leave a little wiggle room in there. So I want to book 8 parties a month. Okay, how many contacts does that take for you each week to get that done? And you can look at some of the averages. Sheila, what's a good average? Is it like 1 party per 20 contacts, or?
Well, it's 1 per 10, but the more you do it, it kind of shrinks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so because in my head, I was thinking 8 bookings, that'd be at least 80 contacts. So,
right, per month.
And we love that go for no, the 100 no's, right?
Exactly. The times that I've been growing my business the most, the times that I've needed the most bookings, I actually I try to reach out to 30 people a day, and that's my go-to number. That's when I'm in growth mode, trying to really, grow my business into something big, and it's worked.
So to get bookings, you said you do 30 contacts a day?
If I'm really needing to grow my business, or I don't have bookings and I need to get more bookings, if I'm in growth mode, then I do 30 bookings, or I do 30 messages a day. Mm-hmm.
Is that 30 two-way conversations, or you just send out a message to 30 people and see what your response
I
is?
send out 30 messages because I try to be smart about who I'm reaching out to, if that helps.
You expect a reply.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. And then one day that could be 30 follow-up messages, to those people that didn't reply, or, the no, following up on those no's, I count as, just one conversation. But it might be later on, I might reach out to them again if they didn't write back one of the no replies. And that would count as a reach out on that day. So yeah, I expect, I mean, you won't get everybody writing back for sure, but I'm really trying to write to the people that have a higher likelihood of writing back. I'm not going to send a message to everyone in a party, but I'm going to send a message to everyone that I've either become friends with on Facebook, they've accepted the friend request, or that I've already established the two-way conversation with. Because I don't want to be reaching out to everyone. I'd rather reach out to the people that I know are going to see it. So, and now it's different, there are some different things in there. If I want to put out an engagement post on an old party, looking for some kind of response and send private messages to them, that might be a little different. So sometimes I'll do that. Okay.
Hey, Deb, can you mute your phone? There's some background noise coming from your phone. Sorry.
Just going to say that. Thank you.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Did not know. I thought I was on mute.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We all do it. Okay, so the next thing that I want to bring up about your goals, bring them to your director or to your upline. Bring them to someone. Accountability is key. If you were going to a gym and you said, you know what, it's a new year, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm just going to work out 5 days a week. Here we go. We're on. Well, is that more effective, or is going and working out with a buddy more effective? Saying, okay, I'll meet you at the gym. We're going to go do this thing together. Is that more effective than, or less effective than going to the gym when you have an appointment with a personal trainer? So if you have a coach, which is your upline or your director, if you have a coach, use them and be accountable to them and say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you how many bookings I have at the end of this day or at the end of this week. I'm going to do my own booking list, like check in with them and be accountable. Good. Another big part of getting going in the new year is your mindset. Your mindset. Do something every day. Do something related to your mindset every day because it makes a difference. Okay. If you find yourself getting weary, getting worn down by the nose, You can reach out. It can just be that simple. Reach out to somebody, your accountability person, reach out to your upline. Look at positive affirmations. You know, we've talked about that a lot, and there are so many trainings on mindset that have been in business boot camps. They're in the consultant Facebook group, things like that. There are so many different things you can look up on mindset if you just type it in. You can look up a YouTube video on mindset. Rachel Hollis is fantastic for stuff like that. You can listen to trainings on a certain area that you know. Be honest with yourself. Where are you weakest? You know, do you have an area of your mindset that is weaker? Go find some trainings on it. Do you struggle with the no's? Do you struggle with finding bookings and what that does in your mind, saying, oh, no one, you know, negativity? Do you struggle with that? Be honest with yourself and find a way to strengthen that. Do you struggle with time management? Find trainings and motivation and things like that, and to work on that area. Be honest with yourself. Podcasts are fantastic for things like that. If you don't know where to look for something, you're upline, because we can help you find some good trainings. I know we've listened to some too, but it makes a difference. Be here every Monday night if you can swing it. If you can't swing it every Monday night, be here every other Monday night, you know, whether it's the cooking one or the booking blitz, whatever you need, whenever you can be here, put it in your calendar, in your phone, and with an alarm to be here. It makes a difference. Be at the monthly meetings, because I can't tell you how inspiring it is, even like for me, to listen to everybody sharing about what's working for them. It is huge in your business. And if you can commit to that in 22, your business will thank you for it. Treat your business like a business, because you know what? All right, if you're working out in the real world, in the business world, and you have a meeting, okay, or you have a training to go to, is it optional? I mean, would you just skip it, you know, because you didn't eat dinner that night and you really want to eat dinner or whatever? No, it makes a difference for your business. It would not be optional. So treat your business like a business, and it'll pay you like a business, and it will grow. So let me see. Okay. So when it comes down to it, when it all comes down to it, it's just like the success of your business is just do it. That's what it comes down to, right? When it comes down to the success of your business, sometimes before this meeting, I was like, oh, I had a rough day. The babies went back with their dad. I'm just like, you know, and I'm like, if I don't get up and do that, that's why I put on my makeup, because I feel like that helps me like focus myself a little bit. But sometimes you just got to get in there and do it. Okay. Stop making excuses. Realize when you're making excuses, and even write down what your excuses are, because there's probably a pattern there. Find out what you can do for yourself to just get in there and do it those times that you don't feel like doing it. When you don't feel like doing it, look at your why. Look at that motivating word and see, okay, the thing I do today, put up, if you're going for the trip, put up a picture of La Quinta, California, or put up a picture of Cancun, Mexico, and say, okay, I want that. So I can not work today, but I might not get that. If there's something else, if you're trying to pay down your debt, you're trying to pay off a car, you're trying to get a new car, put a picture of your car in front of you and say, okay, do I want to not work today and risk not getting that thing that I'm working for? And then get back to basics. You know, sometimes we make this so hard. Like we put all these things in front of you, like, oh, do this game and do this, and Facebook stories and Instagram. And, you know, yes, those things are great, but sometimes if you need it, you just got to get back to basics and do the thing, right? So find where, I've said before, where are you strong or weak, and do trainings on those. Are you strong in bookings, or are you weak in bookings? What about your sales? Okay. Are you having a bunch of parties, but your sales per party are kind of low? What about your recruiting? Are you building a team? And what about your time management? I'm adding that as a fourth thing. What about your time management? Do you feel pressured all the time and crazy all the time with your schedule? So with bookings, okay, 2 ways to improve your bookings. And I'm not going to go into like words to use and things like that. There are so many trainings out there that we've done that have words to use, and so many words out there are floating around on Sheila's page. and things like that. So we all have wording, so you can all, contact any of the directors and get some wording to do things. But looking at bookings, okay, in your parties, are you getting bookings from your parties? Can you improve that? Where can you improve that? Be the problem solver. Look at your parties and say, what can I do better to get bookings from my parties? Are you making personal contacts, or are you just putting up a post that says, look at this special, it's awesome? Are you reaching out to every single guest in every single party? Are you? Did you ask every guest for a party? Not just reaching out to them. Did you ask every guest at some point to have a party? Did you follow up with every single no that you got and every single no response, no reply? Looking at outside parties, look at your customer care. Have you been reaching out to people on a consistent basis? If that's a huge issue for you, think about how you can improve on that, okay? Is it something that you just don't have time for because you're busy with all these other things? If that's the case, can be a problem solver. What can you do different? Can you sign up for Project Broadcast so it does it for you? Is that a worthwhile investment to you? The answer to that is yes, it is a worthwhile investment. But is your business supporting that? Would it help you grow your business in different ways? We'll talk about that a little bit more. Are you having trouble getting bookings outside of parties? Because inside parties, there's the people there, okay? You just need to ask, right? Outside your parties, in your own circle, are you having trouble getting parties? And if so, are you trying to grow your circle? Are you asking, do you feel like you're asking the same people over and over and over again? All right, if you are, chances are like their answer won't always be different, and I always say like, okay, looking at it like, and I've used this example before, but look at it like a used car lot. All right, you don't want to be asking these people, like if you're a salesperson on a car, not a used car lot, any car lot, if you're a salesperson on a car lot, do you want to be cold calling people and asking them over and over again, the same people that you've already called like every month? Do you want to call them and say, hey, you want to buy a car? Or do you want to go and find the people that have already looked around your lot and maybe the timing wasn't right for that person, but they were already on your lot looking at cars? You want to go to the place where you find the interest. And so you want to grow your circle with the people that are interested in Pampered Chef. In other words, the people who've attended your parties. Are you doing all the things to try to grow your circle that way? Are there people that you haven't even reached out to before? What about your neighbors? Have you reached out to your neighbors? Have you, oh wait, let me see. Oh, I did write down, oh, I forgot I did this. I wrote down 5 ways to grow your circle, okay? 5 ways to grow your circle. These are just 5 of the ways, okay? I should have done like a top 5, like countdown. Number 1, friend request everyone. Nikki, you know this because we did this. I was like, hey, you need to grow your circle. So I went over some of these. Friend request everyone in your parties. If you say, I don't want to do that, then don't complain about not having people to ask. I mean, I was reluctant to do that. You don't have to do that, but these are ways to grow your circle. I needed to grow my circle big time. And so the people that I had in my friends and family were not booking parties. My mother and my sister. I have one sister, I have one mother, neither one of them, and my mother-in-law. None of them have ever booked a party, ever, for me, ever. Okay. So that's number 1. So I started friend requesting everybody because it made a difference. The benefits of that, and Nikki, you've heard me say this, the benefits of that are, number 1, when you're posting in a party and you've sent a friend request to that person, they're going to see your post more often. Number 2, it immediately establishes that 2-way conversation because you're friends with them if they accept your friend request. You send out a message, they'll see it. Number 3, it gives you people to add into your VIP group, especially if you're keeping track of everybody who has accepted your friend request. Add them to your VIP group. And number 4, it helps them see you as a person, not just the Pampered Chef consultant. Helps them see you. You've got kids. You're making fun stuff to eat, you're going these places, you're a person and not just the Pampered Chef consultant on this person's party. So there are so many benefits to that. And they can start, like if you post something fun, like, some fun meme or something, you would be surprised how many of them create conversations with you. that you didn't even talk to in the party that may have been busy that week or whatever. Okay, 5 ways to grow your circle. Number 2, expand your two-way conversation focus. Example is that process that I do, and I can send this to anybody who needs it. I've done it in past business boot camps, but the welcome new members posts and that procedure that I do where I put something in there that says, hey, you know, I'm sending you the link right back to this, you know, I'm sending you the link to your inbox. Here's, just click here to find that message, and it's my m.me, brings them straight to the inbox. So that if that message did go to their requests, their message request folder, they're going to see it where they may not have before. I also send a friend request right then. And so that increases the possibility, the probability of them seeing it. I mean, I'm talking like 20 additional, you know, on a good party, 20 additional two-way conversations from this process. And that's huge. If you're doing 4 parties a week, that's 80 people that you have a communication going with that you did not have before. And that has, I mean, the impact on my business has been huge with that. So if you need more details about some, you know, the way that I word stuff and things like that, I've got it all written down. So message me, don't put it in the chat. Just do me a favor and message me. Number 3, and Nikki did this, right? Nikki did this. Go back to old parties and put up a post, an engagement post, and tag everybody in that party. She did this with her mom was a consultant under me. She did this in her mom's parties. I suggested she do this because, you know, she's not a consultant anymore. And she put up, you know, I think it was, did we do a Taco Tuesday for that, Nikki? I think maybe like a Taco Tuesday post. And I said, and she said, hey, you know, comment below if you'd like a, you know, a Taco Tuesday cookbook. And I made a Taco Tuesday cookbook and shared it with her. And so anybody who commented or posted a GIF or whatever, she went and said, hey, I'm sending you your cookbook by private message. Just click here to see it. And it was her m.me. So it's another way to get a conversation going with somebody that may not have had that conversation going before. And you're giving them something. You're giving them, it's just an e-cookbook, but it's cookbook. Number 3, your VIP group. You know, same thing, post in your VIP group, an engagement post. What about a New Year's resolution? I have an engagement post about New Year's resolution. Is it eating well? Is it spending less money? Is it paying down debt? You can have conversations about the business or a booking on any of those. Okay. So just make sure, you know, be intentional with your engagement posts so that it can be something that you write to them and talk to them about the business, you know, about the business or about a booking because of what they answered. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 5, neighbors, for sale groups, neighbor groups on Facebook. I posted in my new neighborhood. I said, hey, I just moved to this neighborhood. Who wants a free cookbook and a catalog? And I'll throw in a couple extra goodies for you. And I just used like a citrus peeler or whatever and made a little baggie for them. And I got a couple takers on that. And number 6 is Winterfest. Sheila, Winterfest. I said
Yay.
top 5. Grow your circle with Winterfest.
I'm jumping out of my seat. Winterfest.
Yes, if you don't know what Winterfest is, hop over to Sheila's Facebook group after this is over, and
Or mine, my
or
team.
Miriam's, or Tina's. I'm sure it's on there. Ask your director what it is because it's this week. Sorry, loud vehicle out there. Okay, so those were all ways to grow your circle. I know I'm going pretty fast. And I know we're a little bit over, so I'm just gonna go really fast. I'm almost done. So we talked about bookings and growing your circle. Number 2, sales. Look at your average sales per party. Did you know you can pull reports on Consultants Corner and find what your average sales are per party? I actually did that for my average sales in Double Host Rewards months and figured out what my average, how much free stuff, like what my average party sale was, and then figured out, oh, at that level, it's this much free stuff. And so I can tell people when I'm asking them to book in January or June, hey, my average host gets almost $300 in free stuff. My average host in these months gets almost $300 in free stuff. Isn't that cool? Like, why would they not want to book? And I feel like that's something that's kind of pushed them over, saying, wow, it's not like some people think that they're going to get $25 or, one product for free, $300. And I think it's gone up because I did that, I think even before COVID or during COVID. And looking at your parties, okay? And if your sales aren't where they want them, aren't where you want them to be the problem solver. What can you do differently to increase your sales? Or can you do okay, the next 3 people that order on this day, I do this on my extension day. The next 3 people who order $50 or more are going to get a free gift from me. Or are you doing an early bird prize? Okay, I have one thing to throw into that. Use your prizes for bookings. If you're not using, oh my gosh, if you're not using a trade up kind of language for any prizes that you're giving in your party, saying, hey, oh my gosh, I was just about to add this prize to your Super Saturday prize to your order. But I just wanted to run this by you. I can send you that prize, or I can trade it up and let you pick out something $20 or more if you have a party, next month, whatever. And it'll help your host. And here's, all the free stuff you can get. So I did that with my early bird because I heard that from someone. And I said, hey, I know we're just getting started. I was just about to add your prize to your order. And I sent that trade up language. I sent out, I think it was like all at once, I sent out like 4 messages, and 3 of the 4 said yes. And then you can take that. And I went to my host and said, oh my gosh, you've got all these, 3 of them or 2 of them were one host. I said, oh my gosh, you got these bookings. Your friends love Pampered Chef. One other one is thinking about it. Do you want to sign up? And she was like this close. She said she's going to wait, but she's like this close. So I think she's going to.
Can I ask you a quick question, Heather, about, okay, so tell me a little bit about this trade up language. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could give us a little bit more detail. So you're going to give somebody in the show a prize. Okay.
Yep. So let's say Super Saturday or early bird. Let's do an early bird. I give an early bird if they order before the party, $30 or more before the party starts. And I add it to their order. Okay. Before midnight, I open up their order and add it. So it'll be a $2 season's best. They don't know that. I never tell people what the prize is. And then I sent them a message and said, hey, I was just opening up your order and about to add the prize. But I have a proposal for you. That's what I say. But I have a proposal for you. I can go ahead and send you this prize. Or if you'd like to trade it up, or if you'd like to book a party, I can trade that prize up for anything $20, any $20 or under item at your party. And I have exact wording I can send you.
I like that. Thank you.
And and then I say, and it'll help our host, and I say she'll get a great reward from it. What do you think?
I definitely want those words too.
Yeah.
I will
Trade up
send them.
language. That's awesome. That's good.
And oh my gosh, I'm usually one of those that waits till the end of the party to do my booking, asks. But I went into the party having, before day 1, having like 3 bookings for two parties that I had running. One more thing is recruiting. We know the special this month is ridiculous. It's $25 plus the Flex Plus for free. Are you recruiting? Are you? And if you are, that's awesome. Why are you recruiting? What's your goal? And how many people do you need to be asking about the business to get that goal? Why are you not recruiting? Most of us are not recruiting, right? Because, we know the numbers. So why are you not? Now, let me ask you, okay? Is anyone on this call or anyone on our teams who isn't on the call who's had the long-term success that you look at that and you're like, oh my gosh, I want that. Oh, that person has a solid paycheck every month. Any of those people who have that solid business, are any of them not building a team? So there's kind of a link there. The people that are having long-term success, there might be some people that do great, like go out gung-ho, but they kind of fizzle out or dump out. The people that have been in this, doing this thing for the longest period of time, almost all of them are building a team or have built a team and continue to maintain, team and are recruiting, basically. That's where the long-term, the stability comes from. All right, last thing, and then I'm almost done, I promise. Time management, prioritize. Are you spending your time on income producing activities? Where are you spending your time? make a list of where you're spending the most time. I feel like a lot of people that have fallen out of this business because of time management. Because they feel like even the most successful consultants that have been on my team have fallen out of this business because they feel like overwhelmed time-wise. I don't know if it's COVID or what, but the people that were doing the best and still decided to step away, it was because they couldn't find the balance of their time. So look at your time, take that seriously. It's important to spend time on your time, spend time looking and evaluating your time. What are the activities that you're doing that are taking up most of your time that you're like, oh, I've got to do that? Is it host coaching? Is it creating your SendShare scripts? Is it, posting to stories or to your VIP group? What's taking up your time? Is it checking in with your parties randomly throughout the day? Write those things down and then write the solution to it. And if you don't have a solution to it, then talk to your director. Make the list and decide. There is a decision to be made. Do you need to delete that item? The 4 Ds. Delete that item. Is it important? Do you have to do it? Can you wait? The next one is defer. Can you wait to do it? Is it something that has to be done now? Is it like checking in with your parties? Okay. I had to make the decision to not check in with my parties all throughout the day. When I started, I was checking in with my parties all throughout the day. And I decided, all right, I'm going to wait on those and do it all at once. And at the end of the day, that might not work for some people. Some people have, things that they need to do at night or they get too tired, but figure that out for you. Delegate. Is there something that you can delegate? Even if it's picking up your groceries, or going grocery shopping, can you delegate that? I delegate it by ordering my groceries online and going and picking it up because I feel like that's a better use of my time. Are there systems you can come up with? Project broadcast for your customer care, different systems in your parties, scheduling your SendShare instead of, are you somebody who schedules your SendShare every single day, or do you do it once at the beginning of the week and it just runs and you don't have to worry about it? That's the, delegating. That's kind of like letting your system take over. And then sometimes the last D is do. Sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes there are things you may not like, somebody wants to, you may have to send out a prize or you may have to send out catalogs. That's a sticking point for me. Like sometimes I just have to say, okay, just stop putting it off and just do it. So that is all I have. That was a lot. I'm sorry.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. Thank you.
That was so
Heather.
good.
Thank you,
Really.
Heather.
You're welcome. Any
put it
questions?
right
I know we're
back.
over.
So
Yeah, no, if you can just share that,
trade up language would be.
yeah, the trade up language was really good.
Yes.
And I think that was it. So, okay, for those of you who do table parties, who all does table parties besides me?
Me.
Okay. So she talked a lot about, sending out a friend request. Well, obviously that's not something you do on table, but I have found that project broadcast is my thing because I have messages in my campaigns, in my messages that go out. I have some that say my email, for instance, because on table, they either have to give you their phone number so you can communicate with them, or they give you their email, or both. They only give you an email. I have a message that I send out via email that says, thanks for joining so-and-so's party. I'm so glad you're here, blah, 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 whatever. And then at the very end, I was like, oh, and text, I'm here with your name and your host name to, and I give them my project broadcast number. And then I say to be entered into a drawing for a prize or something like that. And so sometimes I'll have people text me their number and their name and I'll be like, oh, it worked. I couldn't, you never know. But so you have to think differently on table than you would on Facebook. So, you just have to really be creative with that. So I'm trying to vamp up my bookings in my table parties, which, I'm not getting as many as I want, but that's not for the lack of asking, because I'm asking a ton of people. It's just the mode that people are like, no, I don't want to have a party. That's all there is to it. So, and then also trying to refigure their answer and see if it's maybe not now. So I've got a lot of people. So for those of you that use Project Broadcast, I have a scheduled post that's going on February 11th for all the people that are like, I want to do a party in the spring, and I'll get their permission to say, no problem. Is it okay if I reach back out to you? We launch our new season on March 1st. I'd love for you to be one of the first to check it out with your family and friends. And they're like, sure. Their name goes right into that February 11th text. So when I don't have to think about it, I just immediately add them to that little message. So on February 11th, that message is going to go out to about 7 or 8 people that gave me permission to reach out to them. And so I'm hoping to book March parties from that one little thing. So you literally have to think through what you need to do to get your parties. And you just don't stop until you get them.
I agree with Miriam, because I'm finding I'm not getting as many parties on table. You do have to run it a little different, but I am still reaching out to those on table friend requesting, being that you get an email when someone joins the party. Okay, so I've got their name, so I can friend request them there. But in my welcome post and table, I literally have the link to my VIP group in there that says, if you want to join my VIP group, I would love to have you in here. Click here to join. So it's in my welcome post that I pin in the table party, and I can add them and friend request them from there too, because I have their name in there. So,
and
so
guys,
you have to do a little different.
And honestly, like, okay, that welcome new member thing that has really helped my business was just something I came up with because I was looking to solve a problem, right? If you take your table parties and say, okay, what am I not getting from that table party? What would it look like over here on Facebook? Like what worked? So what can I do differently in table? And I did table parties the week before New Year's, my New Year's parties. And I wound up moving them to Facebook just for me. I wanted to do that for my hosts. But I had gone through and listed out like all these ideas of things that I could do, like brainstorm. What can you do to increase that contact? This is a tool. Table is a tool. You're
Right.
getting people's phone numbers. Like that is huge. Right. How can you best use those phone numbers to increase your reach outs and anything that you were doing? Like Sheila said, sending friend requests was one of my to-dos from table. Sending them some reason to go into the party every day. You can still do those things. It's just going to look a little bit different, and you can come up with like the most creative approach to that and then share it with everybody. Like if you find something that's working, share it. But as table goes on and on, we're going to get more ideas. It's just thinking out of the box, coming up with that solution and something that'll work for your business.
And I totally agree with that. And I have to tell you guys that what Pamper Chef is saying is, as difficult or not difficult as table seems to be right now, this is as difficult as it will ever get because it's only going to improve from here. We are so excited to tell you that this Friday, we have Empower. The leaders have Empower. We're going to a leadership conference and it's all virtual, but I can't wait because I can tell you that they're going to be sharing some table things. So we have so much. Not only are we having Winterfest this coming weekend, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we've got Empower this weekend. We're going to have so many great new things happening next week. I'm excited. So it's great.
Does anyone know if it saves the chat? When I'm recording, I feel like there's a way to see the chat in the recording. It does, right?
I don't think it saves the chat. It seems like at one time someone said there was a way. I've actually cut and pasted it before when there was some good things in there I needed. But if there's a way, anybody, Christine, do you know, or Aubrey or Miriam?
I don't.
I don't.
Oh, here it is. Save chat. I just found it.
So there's a.
Okay. I'm gonna save. I just saved the chat just so I can like attach it or something somehow into the recording, do something like that. So
okay, I love that. And I'm going to share something with you guys real quick. And here Heather had us write down the very first word that popped out was focus, which was her number one word that she had on there. So that was my number one word. I was looking for another one and it came to breathe. And the reason I wrote down the word breathe is my 16-year-old grandson is on a basketball team. And so many kids are out right now with COVID and different things. And those poor kids worked so hard today because 7 players were out, including the coach. And the assistant coach, what he kept saying to the kids as they would come off, they were exhausted because there was no, they had to play constantly. He kept telling them, breathe, breathe. I want you to breathe and focus. So those 2 words to me, that's why I wrote them down, is because sometimes even in our business, we really have to breathe. We have to like, we're not getting any bookings and this isn't happening and this person isn't calling me back. I don't have any sales. No one's ordering. We have to breathe. We just have to breathe and realize that, you know what, as long as we stay focused and we just breathe, the game is still there. The business is still there. Everything is there in front of us. And it's just all going to be there for us. So I love that. So I just wanted to share my 2 words of focus and breathe.
So glad. Well, thank you everybody
Love
for
it.
being on here.
Thank you so much, Heather. This was good. I hope everybody feels rejuvenated and ready for 2022. Let's make it happen.
I probably said 2021 at some point. So if I did, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I noticed that I'm writing that on everything that I'm doing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a new year already.
What did
And you
what did
guys
I
were-
call this? Starting new in 22. That's what all of my parties are this week. Starting new in 22.
And one thing that Heather and I
Nice.
talked about that we wanted to share with you too is that because we're doing this Winterfest on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be some prizes for our customers, hosts who book parties. Monday, the 24th, we have written down a booking blitz. So that'll be like the perfect timing to get some of these people to call and follow up with on our booking blitz, which is a week from today.
You know what? Before we hang up, does anybody have any questions about Winterfest?
And if you haven't read on what it is yet, then I would say read that first.
Yeah, read
Well,
that
that's what I was
first.
gonna ask is what is it?
Yeah, go to your team
I'm sorry,
page and
I've
read
been
it.
out today, so I haven't shared with my team yet because we've been fighting COVID and all kinds of crap today.
That's okay, Aubrey, because they're going to see me go live here in a few minutes and they're going to be able to join in, but you're going to bring them all over there. But
Yeah,
Tina's gone, Miriam's gone live in her team page. Paula's gone live in hers. You're going to see me go live here in a few minutes. I wanted to do it after this call with Heather tonight. So you're going to hear a little bit more too. And we're going to be keeping you posted all week on exactly what to do because we want you all to be involved.
yeah, and we'll
So,
share the words that you need to send out to your
Yes.
people to ask and invite them to come and be a part of this. And remember, it's literally a no buy event. We're not asking them to buy anything. We want to show them fun recipes, tips, and we're going to share. If you haven't shared your picture and your why with your upline, do that. And then we're going to make sure that you saw the little images that we've been sharing on our team page, that's what they're going to look like. Picture and why, picture and why. So we want to be filling the whole weekend with these pictures because it's also kind of like an opportunity event. So we want to also do that as well. So
It's literally a glorified opportunity event. It's just
Yeah.
going to be amazing and awesome. And we will make sure that you guys all understand and what to do. And
Yeah.
you'll get the link to join on Wednesday and it starts on Friday. So
perfect.
thank you, guys. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Heather.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.